Welcome back, everybody. I'm Torian B.
I'm First Class Reg.
And this is Late Breakfast. What's up, y'all? What's going on?
What's shaking?
We got more Jay-Z to talk about. I thought he was done in the news cycle, but
the internet's killing me.
Yeah.
Hunky baby.
And on that note, I'm going to introduce everybody. I got my man Peter Perfect to my right.
What's shaking?
I have Junae Brown.
Hello, I'm back.
My brother Felix.
What up?
Robbie Digital.
Popeye Chicken Raw.
And Kim Chanel. Thank you. Come in. So, what's up, guys? Recently, in the news cycle, I think it was Jay-Z's Rock Nation is donating $400,000 to two organizations in Chicago. Now, about these organizations. One is called the Crushers Club. That one is the problematic one. So, the Crushers Club mission is to help Chicago's kids restore their lives and improve their neighborhoods. The founder of the Crusher Club, her name is Sally Hazelgrove, has a picture on Twitter that's circulating. Now it's deleted, but if you faved it, you can still find it. Cutting young men's dreads off.
Yikes.
So people are running with that. And they're running with that because the optics look like the only way you could be a part of the organization is if you cut your hair. Mm-hmm. But that's not the case. There were only 2 young men out of the 400 young men that are members, and they asked to have their hair cut. It just looks weird seeing a white woman with 2 black boys holding their dreads.
Named Sally.
Smiling at the camera.
Smiling at the camera, and then saying, you know, they're so excited to join the police department of, you know, Chicago. It just sounds weird. Also, she's an avid Trump supporter. Mm-hmm. That's another bad thing. And she's like advocating for a curfew to be incorporated in Chicago. So that's the Crusher Club, right? The Better Boys Foundation, though, is providing education, employment, youth services, and wellness to family programs. And they're helping over 400 families. So I didn't really see too many bad things about the BBF. But the Crusher Club is scaring the shit out of me. And I don't know if Jay-Z knows.
You know.
And I hope he don't know.
You know.
But who wants to go first? Who wants to kick it off? All right, Felix.
All right, so this is the problem. So when to me, the whole system of Jay-Z joining with the NFL was a bad look, and there wasn't much that he could do to really save it. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of the counter arguments to that was that he had a seat at the table. Now, if he doesn't know about this group and what the past that they had, then he doesn't really have a seat at the table if these are the first 2 organizations that he chooses. So that tells me that, one, it kind of confirms the fact that you're just a scapegoat for the NFL. You're just the NFL's black girlfriend, basically. And that you don't have a seat at the table, but now you have all the scrutiny that the NFL had to handle alone dumped on you, which is a bad move overall. It's just a horrible move.
I disagree with him not really having a seat at the table. I agree with him now having to take the blame for everything because they knew that, and I think he knew that too.
So he chose his organization.
I think no. What I'm saying is, let me give me a second. Okay, so I think the thing is, right? We're imagining and envisioning Jay-Z sitting at the table and being like, "Hey, I want this organization, that organization, whatever." No. Let's be realistic here. He is Sean Carter. He has a lot of things to do. What's probably happening is that someone else or a team of people are handling that. And it's like, hey, okay, we're going to donate $400,000 to these 2 organizations in Chicago. Here's what they do. Okay, sounds good. Cool. Next thing on the list. Like, I mean, being somebody who has to sit in meetings, that's kind of how it goes. Like, you're not bringing the CEO of your company detailed things about what's going on and digging that deep. That's definitely somebody's fault on the way up. And I'm pretty sure they're going to have to pay for that. And I think that there might be some backtracking or some because this is a lot. And it's like bad look after bad look. But again, even though he's going to take the blame because he's the face of this initiative, realistically, is he personally responsible, or do I think he personally is like, yeah, let's pick the Trump supporter ladies organization and let that be the first? Yeah, that sounds great because I love bad press. Like, no, like I think that's unrealistic to think. But like you said, he chose to do this, so he has to bear the responsibility. Whether it's having the right people in place, like that's part of being a leader, and he's gonna have to wear that now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you pick the Trump supporting league and you have the Trump supporting lady, it looks like this is just very Trump supporting.
How are you going to say the Trump supporting league? Billionaires fuck with Trump because they give him tax breaks. So you can't say the Trump supporting league. If, like, most billionaires want tax breaks. They're like, yo, why do I have to pay more shit and I made more money than these people? So you can't compare that. Don't do that.
This is the same problem that we've been having. What was this seat worth? So was it worth it? Now you get more bad press. Now that everyone's looking at you like you crazy. Now everyone's blaming you for this. Was it worth it?
You get free tickets to a Jay-Z concert. Are you attending?
At this point, am I getting locked up before I get there?
Be real.
Rob, I'm asking you a real question.
Because shit looks wicked now.
Like, I don't know like you sound now you sound crazy. Just answer the question, yes or no. Are you going to a Jay-Z concert with backstage passes? I said if you get offered free all access backstage passes to a Jay-Z concert, are you going?
Am I going to see Jay-Z?
You're gonna be on the gram in that same hat. To meet Jay-Z. He's gonna be on there.
If I'm meeting Hov, then yeah, sure, why
You can
not?
go without agreeing.
You act like we didn't argue on Twitter not even 3 months ago about $250 tickets to see Hov.
Who is we?
Because
I was like, do your thing, yo.
And let's get one thing.
bread.
Let's get one thing straight. These social justice initiatives started last year, so the exact same amount of money, more last year actually, was donated to.
But now there's just a face with it.
Every team's.
Wait, so if the initiative was started last year, is this really his fault? Or is this something or is he walking into something and having to navigate?
This is his first half. These are the first 2 organizations that he's handpicked. His Rock Nation
supposedly.
has handpicked. Rock Nation has.
Well, Rock Nation did it. Yeah.
They picked it.
Well, if I can be, nope, I don't go there.
I think people are just too quick to like lose their shit. I just feel like we have to wait and see because you don't know like.
I'm kind of past that.
The problem with waiting and seeing. The problem with waiting and seeing is it's just getting worse and worse. So step by step, I think has it been? How many weeks has it been?
But
now?
do we have
2 weeks?
But do we have $400,000 to give these? My only problem with us being so like, what are they doing? What are they doing? What's going on? What are you doing to help? I know honestly, in my daily life, I'm not in a position where I can do even half of what they're doing. So my thing is, I get the details and the logistics are very fuzzy right now. But I mean, like. Be serious. Like my main objective is always people getting help. Are people being helped? Are the organizations efficient? It does matter to me like that this person supports Trump and what they really stand for. However, like you do need to give the intention. Like
Just
the intention.
So the steak being on a garbage pail is fine.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the steak and the 5-course meal being on a garbage pail instead of a plate doesn't matter if the people are getting the food.
I think
because that's what it looks at this point.
I think a garbage pail is a very
dramatic,
exaggerated
analogy. I'm over you, Rob. I'm really over. I'm fucking over you. I want to hear what Pete got to say. I want to hear what Pete got to say.
Like, Hov has built so much credit with us.
Mm-hmm. You don't say.
Just so much. You know that. And just the fact that their organization said, help build your communities, and it being a white organization in Chicago, it just feels like this is not the Hov that I trust from 2 years ago.
And then also,
this is not Blueprint. Like, this is not the Hov that got Meek or helped Meek or helped 21. Yeah. This is billionaire Hov. Like,
but that's the exact. But for that main reason that you just said,
it feels like it.
For that main reason that you just said is why a lot of people are up in arms and a lot of people are giving this the attention that we're giving it because we've trusted Hov for so long, right? And it's the same. It's the same situation with Kanye in a sense where we trusted him for so long.
Kanye's chilling right now. You better drop that album. You
kind of just have to wait.
Expecting him to be too hands-on though.
But
I think something with Meek and 21 is direct. That's Hov picking up the phone and being like, "Yo, what y'all need? Let me do whatever." If it's something where it's more broad, where it's organizations and we're donating money.
But that's what I was saying is that's why we at least owe it to ourselves to just wait and see how this whole shit plans out. It's just that the rollout of everything is so.
But the thing is, we didn't know Hov
everything is so messy.
Statement about
that press conference was crazy.
The press conference about like when he said what did he say? He said something
we're
about
done with kneeling. We're past kneeling.
Past not even past kneeling, but like the police and like black men.
Oh, you talking about that interview? Okay.
That's like an old.
I know.
He spoke like a 45-year-old black man.
Exactly. So it's just like it also looks crazy. So I see why people are like also losing.
Just give us what's free. You've been giving us lyrics and songs where you've been talking about Black ownership. You've been talking about us owning our communities. You've been talking about the power of Black relationships and Black love through the Carters. You've been implanting these seeds of trying to change the intergenerational wealth, how for us to upstart ourselves.
That's not
and
new.
really,
He's been doing all of this his whole career.
I'm saying
But
it's been more prominent now.
However,
There's
though,
pinpoint moments
do y'all know
Why?
how
'Cause he got
media
dreads?
works though? Do y'all know how media works though?
Rob
Because
don't, obviously.
like honestly, even with that clip with the police thing, most people, like 75% of people are reacting based off of that one clip that they saw and writing entire think pieces. Including a lot of us sitting here. If you, to me, again, it's similar to the line with the kneeling. I didn't think he was saying like, oh, whatever. I think he was saying, oh, we're past kneeling. Let's get to the next step.
Okay.
But the police thing in itself, what I heard when I watched it was not a full paint picture like, oh, single moms is why, da 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 da. To me, I think he was trying to further explain why there is this wall between young Black men and the police from his own perspective, where it came from. And I think it's, again, but that's how it works, and that's how we work right now as a society. We're very reactive.
Yeah.
So when I spoke to Torian about that, go ahead.
So when I first heard the news, it isn't about the actionable items, right? Hove can do a lot of great things, and Hove has done a lot of great things. Now, where we stand, the reason this decision is such a poor decision, the reason this rollout is so bad, is because last year we had 32 billionaires having to answer about social injustice, right? We had that. Even if you watch the NFL, you can watch the NFL, you can support the NFL, you can be critical, you can do your own choices. But the moment that happened, we had 32 billionaires that had to answer to all the social injustices. When Jay-Z made that move, he took all of them off the hot seat. All of them. So whatever he does is highly criticized. And for that, it's a wrong reason. Now, Hove, I'm not saying Hove is a bad person. That move is terrible. Since the beginning, nothing that he can do. There's nothing that he can do that for the greater picture was better than not.
There's no other.
If this was Eminem who did it, he'd be out of here.
I don't trust JD telling me about social justice.
It didn't matter who it was.
But I'm just saying, like, it had to be Hove.
Everything Jay-Z does from now on, he could have done without the NFL.
I feel like he chose to walk through the fire. I don't think
he did.
I don't think Sean Corey Carter is unaware of how bad this could get and how we could look at him.
The criticism was definitely like,
it was going to happen regardless.
It was already in line. They already were expecting it.
Yeah.
But how they're handling it is really bad.
Hove is the only one.
It's just bad.
So he's the only one built for this. He's the only one built for it.
But this does look bad because what's coming to the forefront is that Jay's not as hands-on as a lot of us are led to believe, right? So that's like my biggest like where I'm like most disappointed, because I obviously don't think that Jay handpicked these two organizations. Why would he allow this to happen? Like, he knows that any single thing that he does is going to be scrutinized and be like looked at. So I'm really, really mad at Jay for letting that happen. As smart as he is, as much as he knows how like the media is going to get on him, as much as he knows that like these white owners want him to be the scapegoat. Like I don't think that he's not aware of it. He dealt with it with the NBA. So that's why I'm like mad. Like, he knows what was going to happen and he's letting it happen. And it sucks. Like, that's what sucks, and that's what like was disheartening.
What you was gonna add?
I was gonna say I just feel like he, like Junae said, he didn't walk into this blindly. He knew the risks that were involved, and I feel like we just have to give it time to like see where he's going with this, because I just feel like people are just losing their shit too early.
That's
it's only been 2 weeks.
For a man of Jay-Z's stature and like for everything that he's done, we already list all the accolades. I'm just waiting for the bigger picture. That's it. Like, I just want to see what
How long are you willing to wait?
I want to wait for the entire rollout.
Like y'all said in the last episode, like, he's not going to come in and just change the NFL and change the scope of everything overnight. Like,
I do see
I'm here.
Let's talk about what he's done then.
I do see how people are skeptical because of the Barclays Center situation. People are just like,
that situation was
I know people are like very skeptical, and they're like, now they're taking a closer look at that. So it was just
they did almost the same thing in that situation where he wasn't as involved as people were led to believe.
And he did say, if I'm not mistaken, he did say that was one of his biggest career mistakes.
But that's the problem. That's
like me too was talking, and he said like a lot of these comments and a lot of these conversations, it's a problem that Hove is having these conversations is not among the right company. Like the conversation, with the statement that came out in January, it was crazy what he said, and to the point, I did feel a lot of things that he was saying. It just didn't need to be said in front of white folk. And I feel like a lot of things that with the past, it's certain things that you have to discuss within your own community. You can't discuss it outside where it looks crazy.
But you don't think it was discussed within his community before they took it to the table?
I think he's unfiltered.
So you think Biggs, you think Bleak, you think Tata, all these people is not.
I don't give a fuck what Biggs, Bleak, and Tata think.
Yeah. You kept these people around, and they defend you even when you're not around. You think they're not going to defend you? They have to take all the pop shots just like you do.
I don't want to listen to Memphis Bleak talk about social justice.
Do you think that Jay-Z wants like the same shit that like Republicans and crooked cops and like racist white people to happen? Don't you think he wants the right thing to happen? I'm asking Robert. I'm just saying. I'm asking you directly because the way the direction you're going, you're basically trying to say that Jay-Z is on the side of the cops or Jay-Z's defending the cops, and that's where my beef is coming with you from. We definitely know that that's not the situation.
It's not the situation, but it's the right process in which you go about things. And I think that
Please tell us what the right process is, Robbie. What would you have done differently as because my thing is this. He's still a human being. Like, he's a human being. And I don't think that it's fair.
Felix, answer Rob's questions.
All right. So this is the thing. It's a there's a social construct, all right? So capitalism is a social construct, right? There's billionaires and there's millions of homeless people, right? Mm-hmm. That system was created by white people. Jay-Z is doing a great job playing the game that these white people are playing. But he's turning into these white people. That's what the point is.
I'm not going to say
as
that.
A billionaire, as one of the first black hip-hop urban billionaires from poverty, seeing things that he has seen, he's playing the same game that all those white men are playing. And that is disappointing because you know exactly firsthand how all this shit works.
However, what if he's playing the game because he believes he can change aspects of the game? Then what?
You're taking a whole demographic and you're giving it one voice, right? And that voice is a person, Jay-Z, who has just displayed all kinds of levels of capitalism, right? He's displayed all kind of cutthroat deals, weird decisions.
He's a capitalist.
Barclays, it's a capitalism thing. To me, that's the most disappointing thing because he's the 1% now.
I understand being anti-capitalist. But what do you suggest? Aside from, because even if he said, cool, I'll donate 75% of my earnings. But my thing is, what do you suggest? Because
what's the better thing to do?
What's the better thing to do?
That's a very white Republican counter argument.
What's the better thing? How is it a white Republican? Like, first of all, that's disrespectful because I'm a black
I'm
Democrat.
saying the view. I'm not saying you, but the view is the view from white billionaires. The view from white billionaires is that I shouldn't have to give up all the money that I make.
Yeah, no, and I'm not
right?
just because I plan on making a lot of money. So this is what I want to know, and I plan on helping a lot of people with it. However, what is the solution? Because it makes it sound like, and this is the argument they use. Yeah. Oh, so what? I'm not supposed to make money?
No, I don't have shit to do. No, the problems that you guys are having are your problems within the NFL. It's the problems that y'all been having for years with not paying the players, not giving guaranteed contracts, cheating black people.
He's not there to help the players. He don't give a fuck about the NFL players.
He's not there for the NFL. He's there for black people, like the advancement of colored people. Like he's there for it. I think a check comes with it because, to be honest, all the scrutiny and this heat that he's taking, I wouldn't be there without a check either. Y'all don't crucify me.
I'm just saying, a lot of people wouldn't do a lot of things for free. So it's like when you're saying that he's there for a check.
But it doesn't have to be for free. He can do those things on his own.
He's not doing it for the love.
So what would you consider? What would you consider to be the right thing for him to do in this situation?
One thing is not becoming a cop out for 32 billionaires.
And the first,
he has made decisions. He sold shirts,
but
now he's